Hello friends, welcome to our channel Knowledge Amplifier, and today in this particular video I am going to discuss how we can create REST API and create get or post method and work with that for data processing. Okay, so already in my previous video I discussed on HTTP API the fundamental concepts. I hope you have understood what is proxy, reverse proxy, what is the concept of API gateway, what actually API is, right? How to create get or post request, right? And apart from that, I also discussed how to pass query parameter via get request to send some amount of data along with the request, all this, right? So if you are someone who is beginner to this particular domain, I will request you to go through the link given in the description box as prerequisite of this video, because this HTTP API discussion will be helping us to understand REST API in a faster way. Okay, because HTTP API is nothing but REST API which is having low latency and it is more cost effective. Okay, but if you consider REST API, it is having much more functionalities available compared to HTTP API. So when doing real project, most of the time we go for this particular option. So you should know this particular one, right? So without any further delay, I will start building the API using this particular option. But before that, let me open AWS Management Console in a new window, new tab, and then here also let me go to API Gateway. So in one window, I will be basically showing the steps of HTTP API. In another one, we will be basically trying for our REST API so that you can understand and relate those two concepts. Okay. But before going ahead, what we need to do, we need to basically create Lambda functions, which will be basically acting like backend server for our APIs, right? So here I can write first Lambda get demo REST API. Like that, I can give the name. The execution environment I can choose it. I am choosing as Python 3.7. If you want, you can choose some other Python version or some other language based on your requirement. Okay, and I can simply go to create function. Okay, right? So basically this particular Python function, Lambda function, will be called when get request will be coming from the API gateway. Okay, so here we can write maybe if Lambda handler, we can simply write return hello from Get Lambda. Okay, like this. So hello from Get Lambda will be printed when, or it will be returned when some request will come as get request. Okay, right? So let us deploy this. Very simple function I kept. You can add business logics based on your requirement here. Okay, so our get demo API is created, right? Get demo REST API is created. Now what I will do, I will go to my function and I will go to a create function and there post demo Lambda API. Like that, I am giving some name, and then here what I will do, I will choose the execution environment Python 3.7, and here again I will click on create function. Now as you know that in post method generally we pass some amount of payload, right, or data. So how event will be capturing that we need to understand first. So for the time being, I will not return something, I will just print the event. Okay, earlier also how I did for HTTP API. So now let me deploy this, right? So this is becoming my post demo Lambda API. So basically as soon as some post request will be coming in that API gateway will trigger this backend server, that is this particular code, right? So with this, our two functions get and post Lambda functions is created. Now let's go to our API creation. So I will basically go to REST API, click on build. So if you recall what we did in HTTP API, initially we click on build, right? Now here we need to choose some integration, right? But here let's see what we have to do. Create your first API, click on OK. Right, here I want to create a new API, so I will choose on this API name, first demo on REST API. Like this, some name I am giving. Endpoint regional only I am keeping. Description, if you want you can add there, right? Okay, and then here we can simply click on create API. So if you see, when we tried to create HTTP API, that time first we need to follow these 4 steps. That is, we have to specify the routes or resources, then we have to specify the method, the stage, right? Dev, QA, prod or default like that something, and then review and then finally create. But here in REST API, we have already created that. Now we can add those things on top of this. Okay, I am showing you how to add that. So if you recall this, what we did in HTTP API, we simply click on add integration and maybe we choose Lambda, and then here based on region we need to choose get or post. So suppose I want to create API corresponding to get method, so I am choosing get Lambda function, API name, dummy something I am giving, and then if I click on next, see here we need to specify resource path and the method which will invoke, right? Get, post or whatever. And what is resource path also I told you, that is after the actual endpoint we give slash and specify the additional values where actually our data is present, right? So not only the endpoint but the user has also need to specify this particular resource path and then only make the request as get or post, right? So similarly here if I go to this REST API, you will see here actions. Okay, so here first we need to create the resource. Okay, so here in resource basically we will be specifying the resource path, right? Like here we have specified resource path. Similarly here also first we need to specify the resource path, right? So resource name, maybe I can give demo show, like this some name I am giving, that is not only the endpoint, after that slash demo show has to be given. So I will be saving this particular one somewhere, maybe in notepad I will be keeping this save. Okay, so later it will be helpful, right? And that pretty much it. Now click on create resource. Okay, so our resource is created. Now here in this particular resource, I can specify that as soon as after the endpoint user will specify this particular resource, what work should happen, whether that is get method or whether that is post method, like here we defined in method. Similarly here we can specify. So how to do that? Just select that particular resource and then here click on action and then here you can go to create method. Okay, so here I can go to suppose get method I want to create. Just you need to click on this particular check mark and see this kind of options will be coming to you. So here I want to invoke Lambda function. So I will basically choose that get Lambda. Okay, get demo REST API. Okay, like this. So basically as soon as after the main URL these particular things will be coming, this particular Lambda should be invoked. Okay, we can click on save. So you are about to give the API gateway permission to the Lambda function. Yes, it is required for the connectivity. Click on OK, right? And here you will see that here our get method is created. So as you can see, a complete picture it is displaying. So here is the client. Client will request this particular method and then it will be basically triggering the Lambda, which is Lambda get demo REST API. It will be sending back the response via integration response to method response to client, like this way, right? Even you can click on test and test it out. Maybe for example, for get request, I can simply click on next without giving any query string or something, because currently I have not added anything. See here, hello from get Lambda. So in backend, what is happening? It is going to this particular function get demo REST API, and here see already one API gateway is added, and see here we are returning hello from get Lambda, right? That's why it is displaying here also hello from get Lambda, right? I hope up to this you got the clear picture. Okay, right. Now what we can do to test as external URL, you need to deploy this API. So here you are seeing deploy API, just click on that. Now here if you recall in HTTP API creation, after the next what we did, basically we need to specify the stage, that is basically independent configurable environment, where we want to deploy development environment, quality analysis environment or production environment or default, maybe like that. Similarly here you need to specify the deployment stage. Currently I am not having any deployment stage, so I will click on new stage and then here stage name, maybe I can give development. Okay, right? If you want you can give some stage description or deployment description. All I need to do, click on deploy. Okay, so here dev stage editor, here we are getting the invoke URL. So let's go to this particular invoke URL. Just I am copying this, I am going to a new window and here I will be simply pasting and hit enter. See what message we are getting? Missing authentication token, right? It is obvious because here we have not passed the resources. That's why I copied here the resource. So this is the resource also the client has to hit. So after that I will give slash and then I specify the resource, and then if I hit enter, see how beautifully the API is going to backend Lambda, and it is returning hello from Get Lambda, right? So I hope how to create get method in REST API is clear to you, right? And now we need to work for post also. So I will be going to APIs, and then here I will be going to this particular one, and then here basically this is our resource, and here in that resource we have created the get method. Now what I can do, I can create, I will just click on resource, and here I will create one more method, okay, under this resource only. So here I will click on post, and I will check this, right? Again it is asking Lambda function what you want to trigger. So basically I created the post demo Lambda API, this one should be triggered. I can click on save, I can click on OK. It is creating the post method. Again the complete picture it is showing, okay, right? Now what we need to do, see, if I go to test, and then here simply invoke this particular one with some body, maybe in body part what I can do, I can pass country, okay, country, suppose India, like this I am passing, and then I can click on test. Let's test. So currently it is returning null. Why? Because in the backend Lambda, if you see, I will go to post function. So post demo Lambda API, here I have not added anything to return. I am just printing the event because I want to see how the event is coming. So for that I will go to monitor section, and I will go check the logs in CloudWatch. I want to see the print statement of the event, and based on that I can process the data and maybe return something, right? So here this is the logs generated, and here if you see that this is the event what is printing. So simple event, just country India, like this it is coming. So maybe what I can do now, I can go back to code, and here I can add something whatever I want to process based on the payload what is coming along with the post method, right? So here maybe I can create the message equal to I love my, then string formatting I can do, and here event, in event, see, if you see the event, it is coming as dictionary and country is the key. So I want to extract the value part what is coming. So maybe I will put simply here, and then here I will write return message, okay, right? So whatever user will pass the country value, it will be keeping this particular message, that is I love my that country, and it will return that message. That's it, right? So we have deployed that, right? So our Lambda is ready almost. Now if I just run this particular test function again, see what we are getting, I love my India in the response body, right? Okay, so testing is done. Now I think we are good, right? But point to be noted, here under the same resource, basically we have created two methods, that is get or post, okay? That is whatever URL you will be having for get method, same URL basically we are using for post only, right? Okay, this is one important point what I wanted to highlight. Anyway, now I will go to actions, and then here I can simply click on deploy API because our post method is created. So I can click on deploy API, deployment stage, I can choose development only, and here I can click on deploy, right? So it is deployed, and again it is giving me for post URL also for post method also it is giving me one URL, right? Okay. Now point to be noted, this particular URL and see the get method URL are same, right? So by default if I hit this particular one, again the get method only will be invoked because we are not adding something in the body part in this way. That's why always by default under a particular resource, if you are having multiple methods, then by default get will be invoked, okay? But if you want to use post, that time you can use postman or something. Let me show you that also. So what I will do, I will basically go back to my postman, and here I will paste that particular URL which is common for get or post. So suppose I am putting after dev, I am putting slash, and what is the resource path basically, that is demo show. I will be using that. I will paste it here. So this becomes my complete URL, and then if I send this in the back end, it will be basically hitting the get method lambda server, and it is returning hello from get lambda. But the same URL I can use for post also because our resource is same. Under the same resource or under the same resource path, basically we created both the functions or methods, right? So I will click on post, and here in the body part, I'll be basically go to raw, and here I will add the country. Okay, country is India, right? If I hit now send, see, I love my India, it is coming. So URL is not changing. Why? Because under the same resource, if you go to resources section, you will see under the same resource, that is this particular path is same. After the URL endpoint, we are giving slash and then putting this resource, right? Now both get and post is having same URL. So how the program will understand that what actually you are invoking? The idea is simple. If you are using get method here, that time it will invoke get method, and if you are using post method here, it will invoke post method and it will take the body part that time. Okay, like this way it will work. So for get, you can pass this and you can send, see, hello from Get Lambda. This particular one is not useful that time, because in get we cannot send simply information like this, so we have to use query string, right? But if we are considering post, that time if I send, it is hitting some different server and it is giving I love my India. Maybe I can put USA like this, and then if I send again, you will be getting different message, I love my USA, like that. Okay, so I hope the overall picture starting from creation to deployment for REST API is clear to you. It is almost similar to HTTP API only. What we do in HTTP API, first we give the name of the API, then we basically mention that what server in the backend should be triggered, then we basically specify resource path, then we give the stage, and then we deploy. Here what we are doing in the REST API, first we create the API and then we create the resource first, and after creating the resource, basically we specify the methods and then we deploy, right? Here in this particular root section, that is after this particular actual URL endpoint, if you want, you can create some other resource also. Maybe I can write demo resource 2 like this way, and if I create the resource, what will happen? See, another resource created, right? So basically in this particular one, if you go here, instead of demo show 2, here you need to write demo resource 2, and then here whatever get or post you will be creating under the demo resource 2, this particular one, that will be invoked. Like that, under a particular API you can create multiple resource paths, right? So I hope you understood this particular one. So if I go to the PPT, this is the process what we follow generally to create HTTP API, and this particular REST API creation, you just need to remember this one. Okay, that is, first we create API, then under that API we create resource. Under resource we might create multiple methods, get, post, or whatever. Under one single API there may be multiple resources, and under one resource there may be multiple methods, and whole together we basically deploy in a particular stage. So I hope this picture is also clear to you. So if you find this video helpful, then please like, share and comment, subscribe to our channel if you have not subscribed till now, and don't forget to press the bell icon to get the notification of our latest videos. Thank you.